Welcome to CCNA 200-301 Lab course by Network Path. This is the very first video of this series, and in this lab, we are going to focus on fundamentals and very basic things. So there are 4 parts. In first part, we will connect 2 routers using a fast Ethernet connection, and then we will configure their host names and establish connectivity between both the routers of by forming a network 10.1.0.0/24. And in the last part, we will be verifying the configuration and connectivity between both the routers. So this is our topology. There is R1 and R2 and a /24 network between them. So a fast Ethernet link is a 100 Mbps link, Ethernet is 10 Mbps, and a gig Ethernet is a 1000 Mbps link. That's the difference, right? So let's open the packet tracer and first create this topology. So we are in our packet tracer environment. I will be picking up 2 routers. Let's change the display name here. So this is R1 and this is R2. I'm going to connect both the routers. So this is fast Ethernet port 0/0 and we'll be connecting on the same port number on the router 2. So it is showing us the port number on both the routers and a LED indicator that shows that the link is still down. So we have created the topology like this. Now the second thing is to configure the host names on the router. We'll go to R1's CLI and it is asking if we want to continue with configuration dialog. Type no and press enter. Okay, enable, and to change the host name, we have to go into the configuration mode, right? So configuration, configure terminal, and the current host name is router, and we will be changing it. So the command is hostname R1. That's it. So R1 is changed to router is changed to R1. So the host name is changed on this router, and what we will do is we will save this configuration, because if the device gets offline and it turns back on, the configuration will be likely uh, wiped out, because this is a volatile configuration. So we have to move it from the running configuration to startup config. So what we can do is right copy running config to the startup config. This is the syntax. Press enter, confirm, right? So even if your router gets off, your configuration is still there. Okay. Now we will do the same thing in router 2. So this is the display name, not the host name. We'll go inside CLI. No, press enter, enable config terminal. To change the host name, type hostname R2. Easy one, right? Again, save this by typing copy running config to startup config, right? So it is showing the destination file is the startup config. So even if your router gets off, you are safe. Okay. You can close this. So the P2 point is completed, that is to configure the host names on the routers. The third thing that we have to do is to establish a network between both the routers. That is 10.1.0.0/24. /24 means first 24 bits will be the network address and last 8 bits are what we are going to use for the hosts. So last 8 bits means we have total of 256 host addresses, but the catch is the first IP address, that is 10.1.0.0, will be our network address, and the last will be the broadcast address. Okay, so usable IPs, usable segment will be from 0.1 to 0.254, and we need 2 IPs here. That's why I have taken .11 and .22, because it's router R1 and this is R2, so it is easy to remember. Now let's go to the environment. Open R1. Again, go to config terminal. Now to change the setting of any interface, we first have to go inside that interface. So our interface is fast Ethernet 0/0. So interface fast Ethernet. Let's see what are the options. 0/0. Right? We are inside the interface. Now to change the IP address, the syntax is IP address. Write the address if you do not know what is the next thing that will be there. So type a question mark and the CLI will guide you. Okay. So IP address is 10.1.0.11 and next thing will be the subnet mask. So for /24 the subnet mask is 255.255.255.0. You can use any calculator to convert from the CIDR notation to this notation. Okay. So the IP address is set. We can exit and again save this, copy running config to startup config. Let's go to R2. Go to config terminal, interface fast Ethernet 0/0. IP address would be 10.1.0.22.255.2 255.255.255.0. Okay. Copy running config to startup config. Okay. So the IP configuration is done. Both the interfaces has got their IP address and we can see established connectivity between 10.1.0.0/24. So if we are connected, then it should show a green LED here, but still we can see the link is down right now. If you hover about router 1 and if you read fast Ethernet 0/0, the link is showing down. Now the problem is that the link is already shut down in a state of shutdown, and we have to manually, unshut that on both the routers. So let's do that. Let's go to config again, configure terminal, go to interface fast Ethernet 0/0 and type no shutdown. Okay. Now it is showing that interface FA 0/0 changed state to up. So it was down, now it is up. You can again exit and write it to the memory by using copy running config to startup config. Done. Same we have to do on the router too. Configure terminal, interface fast Ethernet 0/0, no shutdown. So the state is up now. Now, as you can see, before that, let's save the configuration. And that is copy running config to startup config. Great. Now you can see the link on both the interfaces is up now. That means connectivity is there. So the third step is done. Now we have to verify if the connectivity or the reachability between both interfaces is there or not. But before that, let's check the configuration. Go to CLI, and what you have to do is show running config. And you can see that the IP address is given, and you can see the fast Ethernet 1/0 interface is showing shutdown, but it has showing that there is no shutdown command inside this interface. That means it is turn on port. So similarly, we can check the configuration on the other router as well. And to show it in a very brief, we can type show IP interface brief. And we can see that it is showing us a summary. And we can check that the FA 0/0 has got one IP address that is .11 and the status is up. Similarly, we can see show IP interface brief. And the interface is up and got the IP address of .22. So both are on the same network. Let's check the connectivity. We can do it by doing a ping. We'll do ping and write the IP address 10.1.0.22. Okay. So the ping is successful. The first ping is actually it is resolving the IP address, and the later part of the ping is successful. That's why it is showing the success rate is 80%. Now, if I do the ping again, it will be 100% this time. Okay. Similarly, we can check the connectivity from the side as well. It's ping 10.1.0.11, 100%. So everything is working fine. We have completed all the 4 parts of our lab. That is to connection between 2 routers as a fast Ethernet connection, and we changed the host names. We connected both routers on a single network, that is 10.1.0.0/24, and after that we verified the configuration and connectivity between both the routers. So this was it for this video. If you have any doubt, you can write it down in the comment section. Thank you so much.